Hey everybody, welcome to Obscurities in Miniatures. And as promised, we mentioned just a little while ago, but lo and behold, guess what we've got a hold of today? The Atriarchs of Onslaught from Creature Caster in a nice big fancy box. So, Atriarchs of Onslaught. The Atriarchs are the smaller models, not the greater demon size stuff, but are still pretty cool demons nonetheless. So, if you've ever ordered from Creature Caster, especially the smaller models, they usually do come bagged like this and conveniently labeled with what you're getting in there. The Priest of Onslaught, the Cremator of Onslaught, who I think is the guy with the big flamethrower thing, the Anarchist of Onslaught, and then if you order them as a set, you get the Victims to include as part of your base detail. I'm not sure, I think it's the Anarchist, but I'm not 100% who's who and what's what. But you can take a look here, see what you're getting yourself into. Okay, so that's a leg that's going to stand on top of the body. This is the one where he's about to slice the head off of the body. It's going to actually get glued on there. Nice clean casts as always. Let's start with the Anarchist. And we'll see if I can keep all the parts somewhat organized. That is debatable. Big, nice 40mm custom base. Nice and tall. Really cleanly cast. Okay, this is the girly one with all the stuff flying everywhere. And much like the large models that Creature Caster produces, you definitely are going to have quite a few parts here to have to contend with. At least for her. Her little skull-laden hula skirt thing going on there. More skulls. Skull decorations for her leg. Skulls hanging off of the horn spike trophy racks that are going to go on her back. I don't know what those are. Flames, maybe? Shoulder pads, perhaps? A topless torso. Needs a little bit of cleaning. And there's the head. I think this is the back of the head. It's kind of funky. I like it. Interesting looking headdress. So there's a bit there. It doesn't look actually that complex to build. On second thought. Here is the Cremator. The Cremator. I'm not sure who gets that extra posing on top of him. Haven't come across it yet. So here's the Cremator. Let's see what he's got going on. Put those pieces to the side so I don't confuse everything. Another custom base with a big pile of skulls. Are these skulls? Yep. Skull wires. Skull tubing. Some horns. A skull. You noticing the theme here? I am. Legs. He's covering up his junk, though. I didn't know demons had shame. Now, for whatever reason, I'll be honest, I could not get into this guy's face. I didn't like it. The artwork looked cooler. The actual sculpt, for the face at least, leaves me a bit bland. Not sure. It looks like Thanos. The Thanos fuel propellant. Looks like the trigger and the handle. Big backpack full of skulls. I'm assuming it's a backpack or a trophy rack type thing. And then this looks like the parts of his cannon that we have to put together. I think then if that's the cannon, this is actually where it launches out of. I could be wrong. It happens sometimes. And then finally, the priest. Take a look at him. I know he gets the victim who's going to get decapitated. Well, he got off easy. Look at this. There's barely any parts to him compared to some of the other models in this pile. So you have the main body itself. And again, notice the skull motif. It's either maybe it's a scabbard. I think that's his scabbard. Yeah, because here's the actual sword. Okay, I think I'm right. Maybe he gets both of those. Huh. Based on the posing, it is quite possible. So you could have him posing on the severed head's body, posing on the rock, or getting ready to get to work and hack that guy's head off with wherever that base is. I don't even know where I put it now. Okay, anyway, back on task here. Oh, love that head he's got. Reminds me of the Berserker Patriarch, who obviously will get him out. His arm that's flexing. Wonder if you can get away with using these heads on something else. And then yet another custom Rocky Scully base. So, if you give me a moment, I'll put these together. We'll see how they turn out. We'll grab a few creature caster models I've got handy, and we'll see how they compare. All right, folks, I got our Atriarchs all put together here, or at least our latest Atriarchs. So, without further ado, I believe this is the Anarchist. So, for whatever reason, everything went together smoothly except her on her base. So I had to drill a bigger hole to actually get her to attach to it. I worry about her weapons. It didn't seem the strongest or largest connection point. I really like how she's posed. She's just kind of going in every which direction there. It looks cool. Do I need a blue tack here to that base? You're not going to cooperate with me now. Come on, girl. There we go. There we go. So yeah, she's got an interesting look going on. Dig all the ornamental stuff. I have no idea what color I'm going to paint her. You guys have any suggestions? By all means, please let me know, because I am always trying to come up with some new ones. All right, what was the name? The Cremator, that's what he was. So he has this base. And he was probably the most worrisome of the bunch. And only when it comes to his ammo belt there. It's like a t-shirt gun launcher or something. He started to grow on me. Like I said earlier, I still don't really care for his facial expression. The actual original artwork I really liked, but this model has really started to grow on me. It looks like a big, fun, goofy, evil, mean-looking model. His ammo pack there. Please don't break, dude. Outside of getting that ammo belt lined up, everything just fit together really well. And I know he was kind of a mess to look at originally, but he cleaned up quite nicely. And then we have, what was it, the priest? Was that what he was called? I ended up not using the victim. Not into it. Plus it would look weird. He's dragging him around everywhere. There's a little groove on that scabbard that actually just kind of fits onto his side, so it was pretty easy to figure out where that went. I don't like his hand there. I mean, the sword makes sense if you have him with the victim. I feel like it just doesn't make sense without it, and I can't really seem to figure out where he's supposed to stand on that base. I think like that. I could be wrong. If you're curious how he stacks up with some of the other Atriarchs, I do have them handy. I always forget how this guy's supposed to go on his base. That might not even be his base. That might be the problem. Durr. Yeah, that's the issue. Okay. So here is the Atriarchs of Ruin. And they're about the same size on the 40mm basis. They're a bit thicker though. Especially our butcher friend. He's a chunky boy. He big. And then our crazy tentacly biomancer friend hanging off in the background. So, I mean, obviously the Atriarchs of Fury in the back there, they're a little bit bigger, but they're also a lot more lithe, skinny, and tall. Whereas, unfortunately, our ruinous friends here are kind of short and thick and stumpy. But that seems pretty fitting, if you ask me. Grabbing a few of the painted models we have. Here we have one of the Matriarchs of Lust, and the first of the Ruin guys. I believe he was called, not Ruin, Fury. He was the Berserker of Fury. So you can see here. Let's get some gaming representation. Our human friend and our marine friend. We'll throw a Primaris in there in the back. So I think if you wanted to use these for some kind of special, exalted demon hero of some kind, I think they would totally work for that. If you want to throw them into some kind of abyssal army in Kings of War or something, absolutely they'd work for that. Me, I'm going to probably put them into a dragon rampant army of nothing but creature caster giant demons and monsters, because that is absolutely what I should do. You can't even see this guy on the screen. I have got to paint this guy, and I keep trying to figure out what colors to use with him. This poor unpainted creature caster guy in the back there. I don't know. Been painting a lot of reds. I want to do something different. So if you guys have any suggestions, by all means, like I said, especially for her skin tones too, please let me know. Also of interest, if you dig the ruinous, fatty, plague-ridden, filthy guys more than the cool, bloodthirsty, skull-covered Fury Atriarchs here, there are some already new Ruin Atriarchs being teased. So if you like those designs, or even these ones as well, and you haven't seen Creature Caster's site, by all means do check it out. We'll put a link down below. I don't know when those new ones are going live. Personally, and I know Creature Caster checks this channel every now and then, I would love to see their take on Scylla Angrifrim. You know, the big crazy chaos monkey dude with the brass collar. I would love to see what they would come up with. Or maybe Throg. Was that his name? Throg, the big chaos troll? That would be cool too. But at least in the meantime, we got some cool looking models that didn't cost an arm and a leg to get the whole set of. I appreciate that. Although someday I really, really would love to have one of those Necromancer dragons. Yeah, if you guys want to go contribute to the Patreon, we'll have one there for sure. So, anyways, we'll put those links down below, and hopefully you guys are going to see something you like there. With that said, this has been High Lord Tamberlane with Obscurities and Miniatures, saying thanks for watching, and we'll see you back here soon. Bye-bye.